Welcome back to Invest, Build, and Prosper. I'm your host, Zach Matson, and today we're tackling a question that's on the minds of many investors here in Boise and beyond. Is now the right time to invest, and specifically in Boise's infill development market? Boise has been a hotbed for growth over the last decade, and its real estate market is no exception. But as the city continues to expand, it's also changing, becoming more urbanized, more competitive, and more lucrative for those who know how to play the game. In today's episode, we'll dive into the current state of Boise's infill market, key trends driving growth and opportunities, the potential risks to watch out for, and most importantly, strategies to help you time your investments for maximum return. Whether you're new to real estate or already have experience, this episode is packed with insights to help you make smarter decisions in one of the fastest growing markets in the country. So let's jump right in. Let's start with a snapshot of Boise's real estate market and where infill development fits into the picture. Over the past decade, Boise has seen a surge in population growth, with the city alone experiencing a 22% population increase. People are flocking here for its relative affordability compared to nearby cities, its quality of life, and thriving economy. This has created a high demand for housing, but here's the catch. Developable land within city limits is becoming increasingly scarce. That's where infill development comes in. As Boise grows, the focus has shifted from suburban sprawl to urban density. Vacant lots, underused parcels, and aging properties within the city's core have become prime targets for redevelopment. And with the zoning code rewrite as of a year ago today, Boise is prime for infill developers like me to maximize the opportunities created. I consider my team with Matson Homes at the forefront of these opportunities, and we have been taking advantage of them all year. For most people, it's no surprise that the Boise real estate market has been one of the hottest in the country year in and year out for over a decade. After seeing a little bit of a slowdown and reset over the past 2 years due to rapid inflation and interest rate hikes, Boise is in a prime position to continue its momentum as one of the hottest markets in the country. When it comes to infill development, I couldn't be more excited about the opportunities currently available, both for my own projects as well as helping others that are ready to add to their investment portfolio. Here are some of the current trends and what I am personally focused on in the next 12 months. Urban neighborhoods like the North End, Bench, Garden City, and downtown are seeing a rise in new builds and developments. Demand for walkable, amenity-rich communities is driving interest in infill projects. City incentives like expedited permitting and higher density for certain developments are making infill projects more attractive to builders and investors. For my own projects, I'm specifically focused on underutilized lots that I can subdivide and add 5 or more units to. This is generally a good value add either way, but in the past 12 months, I have seen better deals than I have for several years. I'm also focused on buying lots that I can add multiple doors as rentals. With the new zoning in Boise, it's creating a lot of opportunities to add multiple doors to existing lots. I'm doing this with lot splits as well as adding to existing buildings. On one property I'm partnered on, we are adding 6 additional doors from just one house. On another, it looks like we'll be able to add 15 units from one. The best thing about all of this is since I'm the developer and builder, I can do this at cost on my own projects, and after the projects are completed, I can have rental properties that cash flow for zero money out of pocket. And here's the best thing. There are too many of these deals that I can do on my own, so I'm offering to help others add doors to their portfolio using the same system. Using my team's expertise in finding and analyzing deals and my development and building company, we can help others add multiple doors to their portfolio for about the same out-of-pocket cost as adding 1 or 2 doors. We offer partnership potential or for hire potential on these deals. We truly believe we have the best offer and opportunity for investors to add to their portfolio in Boise. There isn't unlimited potential, however, so those reaching out first will get first priority. And right now, as this is being recorded, we know of 5 prime opportunities to add at least 2 doors to existing lots. This scarcity of land and growing demand for urban housing means that infill development is not just viable, it's potentially one of the most lucrative ways to invest in Boise right now. Now, switching gears here a little, let's break down the key trends that are making Boise's infill market so attractive to investors. Boise's population growth continues to grow at a rapid pace, fueled by an influx of people moving from larger metro areas. The city's charm, job market, and lifestyle make it a magnet for young professionals, families, and retirees alike. With this growth comes increased demand for housing in urban neighborhoods. Boise no longer flies under the radar as one of the best cities to live in America, as we've been on these top 10 lists now for well over a decade. As I mentioned earlier, housing within Boise's city limits and really among the broader Treasure Valley is limited, and that scarcity drives up property values. This is great news for infill investors as properties in established neighborhoods are in high demand. On the flip side, as an infill developer, I have little competition with what I do, so we are able to identify and purchase development opportunities at a reasonable price and sell finished product at a premium, providing for great returns. Today's buyers and renters are looking for more than just a house, they're looking for a lifestyle. They want to live in neighborhoods that are walkable, close to amenities, are low maintenance, and offer a sense of community. Infill projects are uniquely positioned to meet this demand, making them highly desirable. The city of Boise has recognized the importance of infill development and has implemented policies to encourage it. This includes zoning changes, expedited planning and zoning approvals and permitting, and incentives for projects that meet specific criteria like affordable housing or sustainability goals. These policies can help streamline your development and reduce costs. And finally, Boise's rental market remains strong with low vacancy rates and rising rents. This makes infill projects attractive not just for resale, but for long-term rental income as well. If you're looking to build a portfolio of cash flowing properties, infill development is a smart way to go, and my team is on standby to help at every step of the way. And of course, no investment is without risk, and Boise's infill market is no exception. Here are a few challenges you need to be aware of before diving in. Risk number 1, rising construction costs. Labor and material costs are higher than ever, and they can eat into your profit margins. For infill projects, the cost of demolition, site prep, or bringing older lots up to code can add unexpected expenses. While inflation in the construction industry seems to have cooled mostly, we always try to plan for unexpected costs in our development and build budgets. It's also incredibly important, as always, to make sure you buy right. Making conservative resale evaluations and planning for unexpected costs and contingencies help us make sure our projects are profitable. Risk number 2 is zoning and permitting hurdles. While most cities are generally supportive of infill development, navigating zoning regulations and securing permits can still be time-consuming and complex. Every project is unique, and working with the constraints of an established neighborhood can add layers of complexity. It takes a team of experts and professionals to successfully navigate and entitle a project, and a willingness to be flexible working through approvals. Risk number 3, community resistance. Not everyone is thrilled about new developments in their neighborhood. Resistance from local residents or neighborhood associations can slow down or even derail your project. Engaging the community early and addressing their concerns is critical to gaining their support. Coloring inside the box, so to speak, can also help get a project to the finish line, and trying to fit a square peg in a round hole will most likely get more resistance from community members and decision makers. An example of coloring inside the box is designing a project around existing zoning rules and regulations with a design that matches the existing neighborhood. A square peg example might be trying to go through a rezone to a higher density project than what is already allowed in the neighborhood. We don't recommend this for 99% of potential projects. Risk number 4 is market volatility. Real estate markets can change quickly, albeit not as quickly as many other investment vehicles. While Boise's market is strong today, while at the same time not as hot as 3 years ago, you need to be prepared for potential shifts in demand or pricing, especially if interest rates rise or economic conditions change. We analyze all our deals with multiple exit strategies in mind, and we are prepared to pivot or adjust our strategy as needed to limit our and our clients' risks. In order for me to go forward with a deal, it needs to pencil well at every exit strategy, not just one. Strategies for your investments. So, is now the right time to invest? The short answer is yes, and now is always the right time to invest, but only if they have the right strategy. Here are some strategy tips for maximizing returns. Strategy number 1 is starting small. If you're new to infill development, consider starting with a smaller project like a single-family home or a duplex. This will help you get a feel for the process without taking on too much risk. Buying right is key here. If you got a building lot for free, do you think it would be a good investment no matter what the market is doing? This is the kind of deal that we base many of our infill projects on. It's hard to go wrong starting free. While this may sound too good to be true, we have multiple projects we own right now that this is the case. And as we are recording this, there are multiple opportunities on the market that we could help you buy today. Strategy number 2 is research neighborhood trends. Pay close attention to which neighborhoods are seeing the most growth and development. Look for areas with increasing property values, strong rental demand, and supportive community attitudes toward development. In Boise and surrounding communities, it seems like every neighborhood is prime for infill, and it is, for the right price, of course. Each neighborhood has its own unique dynamics and economics, so it's important to understand those as much as possible. In Boise, for example, there's multiple neighborhoods, for example, the West Bench, that my buy cost for additional lots is a lot lower than it would be than the North End, for example. So make sure you pay attention to what those dynamics are and really get an understanding before you jump into an investment. Strategy number 3 is build for the market. Focus on projects that meet current buyer and renter demands. Right now, there is a huge need, seemingly across all markets, for more affordable housing. If you can help solve that problem, you won't have a problem with demand. But each neighborhood has its own characteristics and needs. Make sure your project aligns with what the market wants in that particular area. Strategy number 4 is leverage local incentives. Take advantage of any city incentives or programs that can help reduce your costs, increase density, or speed up your timeline. This might include grants for affordable housing, tax abatements, or expedited permitting for green building projects. Not all incentives are worthwhile, but many are definitely worth looking into. Right now, on a project in the city of Boise, we are going through approvals that allow us to add a unit to our development and shave 6 months or more off the approval timeline for hitting green energy incentives that we normally build to anyway. These incentives ultimately cost us about $30,000 more in fees, but we are able to increase density and save more than the cost in time savings. Strategy number 5 is partner with experts. Infill development can be complex, so don't go it alone. Partner with architects, contractors, and real estate agents who understand the local market and can help you navigate potential pitfalls. Don't know where to start? We have the dream team already assembled. In conclusion, infill development is one of the most exciting opportunities in Boise's real estate market right now. And with its combination of population growth, limited housing supply, and supportive local policies, the potential for high ROI is undeniable. But success in this space requires careful planning, smart timing, and a clear understanding of the risks. If you're thinking about getting started with infill development, now is a great time to explore your options. Whether you're looking for your next project or just want to learn more about the process, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help. And as always, thank you for tuning in to Invest, Build, and Prosper. Be sure to subscribe and leave a review so we can keep bringing you the tools, tips, and strategies you need to succeed in real estate. Until next time, keep building your future, investing wisely, and prospering every step of the way.